So for those who don't know me, first off, I feel sorry for you. And secondly, my name is Luke, and I'm Mike's cousin slash best man. To be honest, I have absolutely no idea why I'm up here today, Louie. First off, I'm terrible at public speaking. I'm gonna stammer through this thing like Joe Biden in a room full of teenage girls. But secondly, oh yeah, I'm going there. Secondly, Mike has way cooler friends than me. At least I thought that until I went to Mike's bachelor party and I met these Neanderthals. And then I realized I'm probably the only one who can put a complete sentence together after a couple drinks. So I guess victory by default is still victory, I'll take it. But it is really an honor to be up here today toasting the wedding of Mike and Lyndsay. Many of us thought this day was never gonna come. I, for one, really thought this day was never going to come, because quite frankly, I thought Mike preferred the company of men. Is that the right way to do it? Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's fantastic. That would be great. It would have made deer camp way more interesting every year. But alas, no. Mike does not prefer the company of men. He prefers the company of Lyndsay. He's just very, very picky. Now, there's not as though there weren't attempts in the past to get Mike set up with other ladies. I, for one, tried to hook Mike up with my wife's niece at one point. Unfortunately, she prefers black guys. Anybody who's seen Mike without his pants down knows he's no black guy. Why are you laughing at that? He has pasty white thighs. What were you... God, get your friggin' heads out of the gutter. Yeah. Sorry, earmuffs slowly. Oh, sorry. But after that debacle, I decided I was going to put a list together of all the things that I thought would make up the perfect woman for Mike. And I actually found the list again the other day, so I'm going to share it with you today. Now, some might be thinking, what qualifies me to speak to what makes the perfect woman for Mike? Well, I'll have you know I've known Mike for a long time. You see, we met all the way back in 1987. You probably don't even remember. Anybody get that joke?
Yes. What year were you born?
87. All right. Last horse gets in the barn. Congratulations. But see, I've known Mike for so long, I feel like I'm uniquely qualified to pass judgment on what is the perfect woman for Mike. I watched Mike grow from a little baby who pooped his pants and ate like a little piggy to a 33-year-old man who still occasionally poops his pants and still eats like a little piggy. So, yeah, he does. So as I run through this list, if you can help me, let's see if Lyndsay checks all the boxes to be Mike's dream woman. Number one, she has to be down with Holdingford. Right? Mike's not exactly one for big city living, in case anybody is not aware. In fact, last summer when all the riots and protests were going on down in Minneapolis, Mike also made a sign and was protesting. But he was protesting Dollar General moving into town. Number two. Hadley. She has to appreciate being cooked for. For those who don't know, Mike is a fantastic cook. Cooking, canning, preserving, baking, everything, you name it. I mean, is it any wonder I thought I'd be up here at one point toasting the wedding of Mike and Larry instead of Mike and Lyndsay. Woo! Number three. She has to love seafood. Do you love seafood? No, not shrimp and lobster. See, when Mike is eating a meal he really likes, you're gonna see the food in his mouth while he's chewing it. That's it. But honestly, God, the guy can eat the most food you've ever seen. He's the only guy on earth I've seen eat a fully loaded baked potato for dessert and then eat dessert after that. Honest to God, when Mike goes camping, the bears hide their food under the tree. Am I lying? And he can eat the worst garbage, but the freaking guy never gains a pound. It's absolutely infuriating. Sorry, stinking guy never gains a pound. No, look at it. He's like a Greek god. The veins in your arms have veins in their arms. Phlebotomists have like sweaty, fevered dreams about you. All right, I'm using a lot of big words here that like some of the less mature people might not understand. Jeremiah, phlebotomist is someone who like takes your blood out of your arm when you go to the doctor's office. Oh, and Louis, an office is an area in like a room that has a chair and like maybe a cabinet, a desk, papers, stuff like that. I just didn't want anybody to get like too confused. So you guys cool? All right, cool, got it. Number 4, she has to want to have kids. Not for Mike's sake, he could give a shit, but Bob and Jerry need grandkids like ASAP. Swear to God, if this doesn't happen within the next year, Bob's gonna go steal one from the maternity ward at St. Clair Hospital. Honestly, I've seen the plans. It's pretty intricate and detailed. It's...
At the hospital. I'm gonna think of you.
Number 5, her name has to be Lyndsay.
Oh!
What are the friggin' odds, huh? So, for those that don't know, we now have 3 Lyndsay Schmidts in the family. We have the original gangster, Lyndsay Schmidt.
Please stand up.
Yeah. 22 years ago, I had married my lovely bride, Lyndsay Schmidt. Where is she? Stand up. Number 2 in chronological order, number 1 in my heart. And we have, it's a tie. And now we have Lyndsay Schmidt, number 3. Or as I shall call her from now on, Trey. It's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Well, now I got beard in my hair.
Oh,
Okay.
fair enough. All right, Trey.
Bound to happen then.
And last but not least, number 6. She has to stay away from Mike's butthole. You see, let me explain. Explain? Mike is very sensitive in that area. About 3 decades ago, I gave Mike the deepest, most violent wedgie you've ever heard of, and it actually sent him to the hospital. I tore his butthole, and I felt horrible about it ever since. No, seriously, he poops like one of those half-moon Play-Doh extruders. It's a fate worse than death, honest to God. Mike, so as a token of atonement, I just want to tell you now, I'm sorry for tearing your butthole. If you would like, I will give you a freebie right now. Do it? Right? Joke's on you, I'm not wearing underwear. Sit your busted ass down. All right, he can hit me up later. But anyway, Mike, she obviously checks all the boxes. So congratulations. And by the way, she's a total smoke show too. Can we get a round of applause? I'm not done yet. Oh no. Yeah, that might make it better. Honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed though that you didn't go with the deer hide gown, like from your wedding announcements, right? Really? No? I guess you're saving something for the honeymoon. So Mike, in all seriousness, I want to give you a little bit of advice based off of my experience to make sure you don't screw this up, because you have found the perfect woman. Let's see, number 1, she's always right. Even when you think she's wrong, she's always right. Okay? Number 2, cash is not a good anniversary present. Nothing is even worse. Mark my words. Yes. All right. I don't interrupt you at your AA meetings. Don't interrupt me. And last but not least, make sure that her happiness is always your number one priority. Because a happy wife is a happy life. Okay? So if you will, please raise a glass for Mr. and Mrs. Mike and Trey Schmidt. And you guys have a long, happy life full of happiness, love, and success. Success.